Welcome back. So we have reviewed 9 web conferencing tools. Let's now review blogs, forums, and wikis. Web conferencing tools are synchronous. Blogs, wikis, and forums are asynchronous. This means they're useful for information sharing and disseminating status updates, while web conferencing is better for problem solving and innovation. Wikis, blogs, and forums are often included as part of a collaboration suite, but you can also get them as standalone products. For example, Blackboard offers these tools, and they're available on your group websites. Forums, blogs, and wikis are online collaboration tools that provide a digital workspace for teams to jointly create, modify, review, and comment on documents, videos, ideas, processes, and other deliverables and management activities in the group. Without tools like blogs, wikis, or forums, a global virtual team would be inundated with emails and unnecessary information and waste time setting up address books and rules for who to send what. A blog is a discussion workspace with short posts displayed in reverse chronological order. Typically, posts are not meant to be changed after being published. A wiki is also a digital workspace, but it's not organized as a series of entries, but instead has very little organization, allowing a group to add organization and content as needed. A forum is a discussion workspace with entries organized into conversations called topics. They have a formal structure: topics, subtopics, and messages. Blogs are author-centered. Only authorized authors can create posts. Everyone else can only respond. The purpose of a blog is to reflect and review on news, travel, books, software, resources, and it's also used for personal publishing and as online journals. Wikis are content or document centered. The purpose is for a group writing a narrative. Discussion and comment is kept separate from the wiki content. Wikis are used for synthesizing group content into deliverables. Forums are topic-centered. Everyone has an equal voice and anyone can start a topic. The purpose of a forum is discussion and comment. Forums organize and discuss different topics. You can organize threads inside a forum to allow greater granularity on the topics of interest. It's a place for team members to post and respond to knowledge, opinion, investigation, findings, and all manner of information sharing. Of course, we use forums in our postings work in the first part of the semester. Forums provide a digital workspace for virtual team members to post and organize entries. They allow the users to organize messages into topics and topics into categories. Many forums also offer member directories and private messaging between members. Likewise, many have a what you see is what you get, a WYSIWYG editor, and the ability to upload images. Like web conferencing solution, forum models include software as a service as well as on-premise. So let's take a look at a comparison of forum software. And a good starting point just happens to be Wikipedia. We'll go there. And they have a comparison of internet forum software. And they go through the characteristics of the major forum software packages you can get, including their licensing, when they were created, the language they were made in. Also look at the features, what functions they offer, when certain functions are planned if they're not in the forum currently, what databases they support. Then they explain the various features of forums. And finally, they have references where you can go and get more detailed information on any particular forum that you think might be appropriate for your use based on the comparisons above. So this is a fairly good starting point for getting information about forums. Blogs are online journals that combine text, images, and hyperlinks. They are an information broadcasting tool used to distribute information to team members. Blog is short for weblog, and it allows authors to post a series of messages that are not organized into topics, not organized into categories, but are like a log book in the military. Blogs are a chronological stream of postings. Designated authors can create posts. Non-authors can read or comment on those posts. In this manner, they allow a two-way conversation between parties. A post can link to outside resources, or it can link to other postings on the blog. The blog itself can have links to related sites, and this is known as a blog roll. Older content is usually archived automatically, and it's available as a series of links on the blog. And we'll take a look at some comparisons on the various blogs that are available. And this is from the Start Blogging Online site. All of these, of course, are hyperlinks in the PDF that's on our class forum in Blackboard. So here are some of the major blog software offerings and a comparison of their features. Here the author drills down into comparison on each one of the features and the product he thinks has the best implementation of that particular feature that's one of these categories. And then he goes into each one of the major blog packages and comes up in the end with something he recommends, or she recommends. This is a pretty good review of the major systems. Note that also you can track multiple blogs with an aggregator that uses RSS feeds to notify you of changes. And again, if you want to look at these in the PDFs in our content repository for our class lectures, they are a hyperlink, so you can click on it and go to this likewise the other comparisons we've been making in this lecture so far. Okay, wikis are also collaborative websites, and they allow users to create content, and they allow other users to edit that content. This is unlike blogs and forums where users respond in separate posts to other users' created content. Wikis are a content management system that enables collaborative authoring of content. Once a listing is created, participants can add to it, remove from it, or modify parts of it. Unlike a blog, there is no owner or group of owners. Instead, all members of the wiki can take action in the wiki. The wiki is presenting content, and it is designed to engage users to become part of the creative process. It relies on the law of many eyeballs to correct discrepancies. Wikis make it easy to link to other content in the wiki. So let's go ahead and take a look, a comparison of some of the popular wikis. This again is in Wikipedia, and you can see, you can look at the software licensing, when it was first released, when the latest stable release was done for the major wiki products. And then you've got the target audience, and is it education? Is it a corporate or enterprise? Is it private, intranet, personal, scientific, or mathematical? So you can choose a wiki that's appropriate for the type of work your team's going to be doing. Features, and again it gives a comparison and what wikis have, what features, extended set of features, installation, and then again a set of references that you can look at, and external links. So again, it's a good starting point to review the various wiki offerings that are available to you and your team. Okay, next topic is tools to manage email. Managing email is an important responsibility for team leaders and all team members. It's important for several reasons. Legal investigations that subpoena your email is one of the major reasons. It's the law to maintain organizational records in many cases, and in all cases it's obstruction to destroy email that has been subpoenaed. Another reason you want to know about obstruction is Congress enacted Section 1519, making the crime easier to prove in 2002 as part of the Sarbanes-Oxley Act. SAR-Ox applies to all publicly traded corporations, and OMB Circular 123-A adopted SAR-Ox for the federal government. Additionally, 44 U.S. Code sections 2103, 2104, 2105, and 3303 make it a legal responsibility for an organization or group to permanently maintain correspondence of high officials. So Email systems are designed to send and receive messages, and they introduce a risk that inappropriate content is sent to groups outside the organization. Likewise, they were not designed for long-term storage, record management, or discovery. Email was organized by user with security boundaries to protect privacy, and this makes it difficult for other users to search and access all the email. In fact, they can only search and access their own personal email. Email systems tend to lose performance and stability as the volume of their data stores increases. They lack features to lock an email or block emails in response to legal proceedings. The U.S. IRS is a recent example of this, and likewise what's happening to Hillary Clinton right now. One category of tool to help us with email is email archival. These systems copy email to an archival repository and possibly remove it from the email system, leaving a stub that links to the repository copy. The archival system will be indexed for rapid retrieval, can provide search across user boundaries, and can unduplicate messages. These systems can also secure the archived emails to preserve the content from alteration. Emails are selected for archival according to company rules or statutory requirements. Email repositories in large organizations can reach the terabytes of data. Another tool that can help an organization and consequently team leaders with their email responsibilities are email management and compliance systems. They will implement email and communication policies of an organization. Email policy must address appropriate use, records retention and disposition, accessibility, automatic redirection, and transmittal of sensitive or confidential information. Email management or compliance systems can be configured to scan email for violations of the policy. Examples might be the use of offensive language in email that would reflect poorly on the organization, such as sexist, racist, or inappropriate political commentary. Other violations might be the inclusion of confidential or intellectual property material. Finding emails can be critical. Unlike forums or wikis, email may not be well organized, and it may be difficult to find an email on a topic. This is especially true if an important topic is on an email stored in one person's email silo. Other people may not be able to even know of its existence. An email discovery system can help. These systems enhance the search of email collections with indexing and the ability to search multiple users' emails. They also support legal proceedings by allowing litigation holds to be applied and removed on subsets of the email repository. Searching can be done through traditional full-text search as well as with metadata that has been applied to the emails. They can also allow the organization to redact, which is to remove or obscure certain information from an email before it's released. Finally, there are email security systems. They scan incoming email for viruses, spam, or other malware. They also protect information content in emails with encryption. Messages can be encrypted based on rules or metadata content. These systems can also allow users to digitally sign email. So tonight we're just looking at the category of email tools, and we're not looking at specific brands. Your organization probably has such tools in place, and you can use those. If they don't have those tools in place, you can recommend that they look into them and help with determining what tools work best with the email system that you use. Many vendors are integrating a variety of tools together into a federated solution. These are collaboration platforms, and Blackboard is an example. Of course, we've been using Blackboard in our course this semester. It's an amalgamation of several different vendor products, such as the original Blackboard, and a competitor of Blackboard's back 10 years ago was WebCT. Blackboard bought that company and now integrated that product, which is Blackboard Collaborate, into the other Blackboard features of that time. That is why there are several different user interface motifs in place. Nevertheless, Blackboard offers a very comprehensive set of tools, and we have made extensive use of several of them. Other vendors are also doing this. In the mid-1980s, work on the first repository and workflow systems began by small independents such as Ray Ozzy's Iris Associates. Ray and his team developed Lotus Notes, which was a document repository with simple workflow. Another company at that time, FileNet, developed a product called Workflow. And as you imagine, it's just a mechanism for routing documents through a review and approval process. In the 1990s, systems added more functionality for defining taxonomies. They added check-in and check-out, version control, and more advanced workflow. Documentum is an example, and it was backed by Xerox. Another is a company called Seros, and that was acquired by FileNet. And FileNet bought it because of its electronic document management system, particularly the document repository with version control and check-in and check-out. By the 2000s, there was fairly robust and sophisticated systems available: Drupal, SharePoint, Lotus Docs, and now Lotus Connections. People use these collaboration platforms for collaborative development, for document management, for records management, for digital asset management, as a website, and for portal content management, to implement their business processes and lifecycle management, for search of information, and for modeling. SharePoint can provide a variety of meeting workspaces for your team. In prior versions, these workspaces were, oddly enough, called meeting workspaces. With SharePoint 2013, the most recent version, meeting workspaces have been deprecated and replaced with alternatives such as Link Meetings, OneNote, SharePoint Team Sites, or My Site. SharePoint was a replacement for Microsoft's Site Server and began its career with library services for document management. Today it dominates this market and offers content services, libraries, which really are containers or lists to organize documents, enterprise metadata, which are tags you can add to documents to further filter searches on them. Document sets, web and portal publishing, controlled by digital asset management and records management. It offers search services to easily locate relevant content in an organization's knowledge stores, such as file shares, websites, directories, and repositories. Insights services, which is business intelligence functionality for organizing, analyzing, and presenting key information for decision makers. And composite services, that is light application development, workflows, connectivity services, and external lists. SharePoint Online is a cloud-based service that helps organizations share and collaborate with colleagues and external partners and customers. With SharePoint Online, you can access internal sites, documents, and other information anywhere, at the office, at home, or from a mobile device, as well as external partners who are part of your particular plan or your particular mission for a team. SharePoint is also a part of the Office 365 offerings. You can integrate Office 365 with your existing directory services, which many times is Microsoft's Active Directory, and with an online premises installation of Exchange Server, the email system from Microsoft, or Link, and presumably Skype, now that Skype is taking over the market that Link had occupied for Microsoft in the past. With the deprecation of SharePoint meeting spaces and the recommended substitution of those meeting spaces or those meeting workspaces with Link workplaces, and that is even as Link is being replaced by Skype, I think it's safe to say that Microsoft is reinventing its collaboration platform, and they're in the middle of that now. Nevertheless, even today, it has some powerful features that are worth looking into. And of course, it's a robust system, I think, that's going to have a very powerful future. IBM is the major corporate competitor to Microsoft, and it likewise has a powerful collaboration platform. It's going in the other direction, though. From its Lotus collaboration system, that's also known as Lotus Connections, and now IBM's changing the name to IBM Connections. From that social networking system, IBM is adding in EDMS. So Microsoft was taking their core EDMS as a foundation and adding social media to it. IBM is taking their social media product, Lotus Connections, and they're adding an EDMS to that. So the exact reverse direction. The EDMS IBM is adding in, and EDMS stands for Electronic Document Management System, and that system that IBM is adding in is FileNet. IBM bought FileNet for document management services. IBM, or Lotus Connections, was introduced as a social networking system. It had a look and feel like Facebook, with built-in home pages, personal profiles. You could create wikis, blogs, forums, and communities. And then also IBM owns FileNet, and it integrated FileNet into the mix to now enable enterprise content management capabilities. Like SharePoint, Connections can federate knowledge from many diverse sources. It can manage task work through its Activities feature, and with its Files feature can provide library services, storing, sharing, and versioning of content. It also has crowdsourcing capabilities for ideation or creating ideas. Let's go into library services a little bit more. And EDMS is designed for users, applications, or other systems to create, store, and track data related to various teams, projects, or other business processes or activities. And libraries are a specialized type of list or container that allow users or applications to manage files. Library services allow libraries to be created, organized into taxonomy, or in other words, into categories, files added or deleted, and operations enacted. They are a fundamental aspect of all EDMS systems. Alfresca is an open source alternative to Lotus Connections and SharePoint or Office 365. Alfresca is an open source solution. It has a solid business document repository, and Alfresca provides the following services: content control, collaboration across your company, information sharing, business process automation, and compliance throughout the life cycle of the content. There are other collaboration platforms such as Drupal and Google Hangouts. And we've already reviewed Drupal in a previous lecture. So let's take a look at Google Hangouts now because they're an up-and-comer and they have a lot of interesting features as well.
There we go. This will be fun. Hey guys, John and Debbie here. Welcome back to the App Show.
This month is all about Hangouts. Hangouts is really special to us as Googlers because it allows us to have a flexible work environment while still working closely as teams.
We're going to talk about the 5 main basics of Hangouts. So like starting one, scheduling one, and also if you stick around to the end, we'll talk about how you can add a pony to your Hangout. Yes, at home. But first, let's talk about what's going on with Google Apps. In Google Sheets, you can now copy and paste high-fidelity, fully functional charts. So if you're doing this within the same spreadsheet, the chart will update as you update the data. But if you're doing this in a separate spreadsheet and you update the data, the chart, because it's a copy, won't update.
And in Gmail this week, we've launched recognition for accented and non-Latin characters. This means Gmail users who are sending or receiving emails from those email addresses will be able to do so. And eventually, we'll make it possible for Gmail users to create email addresses using accented or non-Latin characters.
Hangouts has gone through a lot of updates over the years, and we feel like it's in a pretty good place, so we want to show you how to use it. First, we're going to talk about video calls this week. Then we're going to go over actually how to post a live event or a Hangout on air.
As far as updates go, there's one particularly useful one you should know. You no longer need Google Plus to use Hangouts video calls. You do have to have either Google Talk or Google Hangouts Chat enabled though.
For me personally, I travel to the East Coast a lot for work, so I need to keep in touch with my team. All I need to get started though is a device or a browser. In Gmail or Google Plus, click on the icon. In Gmail, this would be the bottom left corner. I want to hang out with Debbie to catch up on project status, so I would select her name from the list. If I didn't see her name, I could also type a name or an email address. To start a group hangout, I'd check the boxes for multiple names. Click the chat icon to start a message or the video icon to start a video call. Something to note is if you're using the Chrome Hangouts extension, all the conversations to start actually appear outside of the browser.
If you need to call a phone from Hangouts, you can do that too. Click the search button, then the phone button. Type the phone number into the search box and click on it. If you're placing an international call, you can select the country code by clicking the flag drop-down or typing it directly into the search box. An audio-only Hangout window will open, and Hangouts will dial the phone number you selected. If you're calling a phone number that has an extension, you can click the dial pad button and enter the extension there. Once you finish the call, click the Hang Up button or close the Hangout window.
If you're planning ahead, you can schedule a calendar invite with a Hangout already in it. Now, if you're a Google Apps for Work or Education user, this should already be pre-populated into any new calendar invite. If you don't see this feature, contact your IT admin and they can turn it on for you. So when you're in Google Calendar, click Create and enter details for your event, like a name, title, and description. Click Add Video Call, and then you can change the name of your video calls here. I like to set all mine with Texas Rangers so no one else can jump in that Hangout. Because, for example, if you have two Hangouts within your domain that both have small business, that can actually join the Hangouts together. When you've entered all of your event's information, click Save. Your event now appears on your calendar and invitations are sent out to the guests. If guests can modify as turned on or guests share ownership of your calendar, they can add a Hangout to your event. Guests without edit access can't add the Hangout.
If you're joining a meeting that was created ahead of time, just go to the calendar event, look for the video call section, and you'll see a link that says Join Meeting and the Hangout name. Go ahead and just click on that link.
If you want to do an impromptu Hangout, you can actually go to g.co/hangouts and just type in a meeting name. Then share that meeting name with your friends and they go to the exact same URL to join the meeting. So let's go back to the Hangout. Now I'm the presenter and I actually have to share my screen. On the left side of the screen, click Screen Share. Choose the window you want to share. For example, on a Chromebook, you can share your whole screen. On laptops with other operating systems, you can also share just a specific window. Click Start Screen Share when you're ready for the people to see your content.
Screen Share is an app from Google. The other app I find really useful is Google Drive. If you're looking to collaborate on a doc while in a Hangout, click on the Drive icon on the left. Once it's connected, open up a doc. If the other people on the Hangout don't have access, you'll get a pop-up asking if you want to give them access, and you can choose what level. In this case, I'll let the other participants edit. We can then collaborate on the document while discussing it in the Hangout. There are other apps made by Google and third parties that allow you to do fun things like add silly hats and mustaches, and useful things like turn your Hangout into a conference call.
Now for the fun part. If you're in a chat with a friend and say they're having a bad day and you want to cheer them up, just type in /ponies into the Hangout. Literally just /ponies. You see a beautiful pony just gallop across the screen. That's what we call an Easter egg. Now, if you want to find more, we'll let you Google search that.
So we showed you the basics of Hangouts and some special features. Go ahead and try those out and let us know if you have any other questions in the comments down below.
Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Hey everyone, Debbie and John.
Okay, and of course there's many more videos on Hangouts. That was just a good introduction and a very general overview of what you can do with Hangouts. The important thing to remember about all these collaboration platforms is they integrate all the tools you need, or at least they intend to integrate them into one platform. Hangouts, SharePoint, Office 365, and Lotus connections have EDMS, Office automation, email, wikis, video conferencing, and so on, all in one package. Okay, so distinct from the federated platforms we've been looking at that provide collaboration tools, there are now developing collaboration environments. And these are different in that they have a core integration engine with application programming interfaces, or APIs, that allow you to integrate a variety of external tools into the system. So they're different from a platform in that they have an integrated foundation that you can use to plug in the set of tools you might want to have in your organization. Integrated collaboration environments, the current market trend is to provide an integrated access to a wide variety of collaboration tools, including web conferencing, forums, document management and workflow, co-authoring, text analytics, and other collaboration tools. Integrated collaboration environments are also extensible to include new offerings. The general architecture has clients access an integration manager with the web HTTP protocol, and the integration manager orchestrates access to the collaboration tools. The integration manager provides a set of services to the clients by in turn connecting to the collaboration tools using web protocols such as SOAP, which is the foundation for web services, and you can also use the new RESTful API approach as well to integrating various services between web sites. The difference mainly between an integrated collaboration environment and the collaboration platforms we just looked at is that an integrated collaboration environment is designed to federate these other tools in a lot more easily. It took a lot of work for those companies to cobble together these different collaboration tools into their platform, and the idea behind an integrated collaboration environment is you've got an ICE engine that allows you to easily connect those tools together. So this is kind of a high level and general description or pattern of integrated collaboration environments, and individual vendors are going to implement it with their own specific architectures. But let's take a look at some of those. Here's the general pattern. You have an integration manager, and you have your clients, and you can have a variety of tools that are connected into the integration manager. The tools will have their own databases, document stores, directories, or they'll access the organization directory or databases or document stores, and likewise so does the integration manager. So there's the ability for the tools or new tools you want to integrate to share information directly through their repository or database stores, or through application programming interfaces from the tool applications into the integration manager. The integration manager orchestrates all the tools and all the information and presents it to the clients that are available to the users. The integration manager connects the clients to the virtual management tools. It's also a platform to extend the integrated collaboration environment to include new tools. Moreover, it provides search functionality to locate distributed knowledge wherever it resides, in databases, document stores, or in directories. Likewise, it provides filtering or other analytic logic to organize retained knowledge. Integrated collaboration environments support a variety of software engineering methodologies. However, there's a numerous problem-solving methodologies, and I think future ICE tools might include support for all of these methodologies and perhaps some other ones. Business professionals use the systems approach, engineers and scientists use the scientific method, and then the IT professionals use software engineering approach. And that's just ways you can organize how you solve problems, which is what teams are designed to do. This has been a high level and general description of integrated collaboration environments, and as I mentioned, individual vendors will implement such an environment with their own specific architectures. The current trend in these tools is away from establishing a virtual relationship between people using a tool such as web conferencing. Instead of this social aspect, there's now a focus on orienting and organizing virtual teams around tasks. So your team's going to have a task, and that's what you would organize your collaboration environment around. This is viewed as a maturation of collaboration tools from social connections to true productivity tools. And they offer a variety of task methods. And for software engineering, you can look at Kanban, Scrum, extreme programming, or rapid prototyping. Some of the vendors, Tibco's Tibber is a leading integrated collaboration environment toolset. Tibber configures its platform, the tools, the client gateways, the integration manager around key business metrics. These metrics include employee or team member productivity measures, idea generation, learning, onboarding, and innovation. Tibber follows the industry trend in orienting interactions around methodologies such as Scrum, Kanban, and extreme programming. The Tibber Integration Manager opens access to collaboration tool sets such as Box, SharePoint, Dropbox, Google Drive, WebEx, and others. And of course, that's going to be true of integration managers in all the major ICE products. It is available on-premise or as a cloud service on the web. Jive is another ICE offering, and it's challenging the industry trend. Jive still maintains a focus on people and social relations instead of tasks or project plans. It measures social connectivity, the groups people join, documents people read, ideas people share, discussions people start. It is available to recommend people or experts, discussion, document collections, or other knowledge that should be useful to you based on your profile and the work you're assigned. Jive does offer a configurable Scrum methodology for task execution if that's how you want to organize your team collaboration environment. Jive is entirely cloud-based and it offers no on-premise solution. So that might be a problem for some of you if you have government clients. Huddle is another integrated collaboration environment, and Huddle distinguishes itself as the ICE that includes secure cross-firewall collaboration. The Huddle ICE was born in reaction to the standalone social tools, which they felt ended up being only a fire hose of information. Claude Shannon noted that information only becomes meaningful, in other words, knowledge, when it is put into a conceptual framework. So like other ICEs, it is a tool to structure information into meaningful business content. It then adds collaborative services for teams to access, share, sync, work, and store collections of content. Integrated collaboration environments offer a set of collaboration tools to help virtual teams connect and interact, discover, access, collate, analyze, update, and store distributed knowledge, implement performance metrics to guide the team, and offer software engineering processes to organize work activity. They make business content social, shareable, and discoverable on any form factor at any time and place, and they do so securely. So here we'll go through kind of a wrap-up of the tools